I gotta tell you, I love it when a game designer does my job for me. Makes my work a whole lot easier, and it's not like reviewing a game this broken is difficult in the first place. There's really nothing to like, earthly or otherwise, about BLACKSITE Area 51. Now I know some Undertoads get upset when we tell you a game sucks, even when the game in question is as widely criticized as this one, but you know what? Don't take it from us. Don't take it from any games critic. Take it from the designer himself. A month before BLACKSITE Area 51 had even released to the PS3, Midway's Harvey Smith publicly slammed his own game, saying it deserved every bad review it got. Obviously, he parted ways with Midway immediately afterward, but Smith's candor in regard to the, and I quote, fucked up development of BLACKSITE is the exact opposite of the game itself in every conceivable way. It's refreshing, it's uncommon, and it's immensely appreciated. Booyah. Released to the Xbox 360 in November of 2007, the game didn't hit the PS3 until a month later, but by then the cat was out of the bag. BLACKSITE Area 51 just wasn't a very good game, and on the PS3, it was even worse. BLACKSITE Area 51 was developed by the same team that did the 2005 shooter Area 51, but aside from sharing a name and an alien theme, there's really no connection between the two games. In this one, you play as Aaron Pierce, a US soldier who stumbles across horrors from another world during a mission in Iraq. Years later, those strange memories are resurrected in Nevada, where extraterrestrial monsters have taken the American West by storm. The plot is serviceable, but it's a little too stereotypical to hold your interest. I've heard this story 374 times too many to still be intrigued by alien invasions. And sadly, the gameplay was evidently trimmed with a cookie cutter too. BLACKSITE does nothing you haven't seen done a million times before, and done a million times better. Of course, there is an inherent degree of coolness to shooting aliens with rocket launchers, which BLACKSITE automatically benefits from. Although the gameplay isn't very compelling, it's at least functionally sound. The controls are solid, and for what it's worth, you never have a hard time actually playing BLACKSITE. Unfortunately, the controls are the only aspect of the game unmarred by its obvious lack of polish, the biggest victim of which is the visual presentation. There's almost constant screen tearing throughout the entire game, and the frame rate chops more than a lumberjack on a sugar rush. This ruins what might have been an otherwise decent-looking game, and it actually makes BLACKSITE difficult to play. If you're a shooter fan hoping for better news on the multiplayer front, don't. The empty and barren level design so characteristic of the game's generic campaign mode returns in full mediocre force for its multiplayer, or at least what multiplayer there actually is. There are only a handful of online modes supporting 10 players, none of which are very imaginative, and there's no cooperative multiplayer whatsoever. Nonetheless, we have to send huge thanks to our main man, Mohammed. He sent us this game all the way from Qatar, and even though it's a jagged mess of a game, we really appreciate the donation, so huge thanks, Mohammed. But what does that leave us with? Well, it leaves us with an FPS with a dull campaign mode and too few multiplayer options to warrant the interest of serious multiplayer gamers. If there'd been something about its design, anything that made it stand out, those problems might have been bearable. But as it stands, BLACKSITE Area 51 is one secret military installation you'd rather not know about.